Good morning, everyone. My name is Christian from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming, and welcome to a brand new day in Path of Exile. I don't know how radio people do it, but welcome to a brand new day. It's been a restful night. I've got my coffee ready. I've been looking forward to getting Path of Exile started, and so here we are. We're gonna have fun episodes going forward. No more complainings about the fact that I lost some 9 hours of progress. Yeah, I still feel salty about it, so let's not talk anymore. Let's get going and play some games. What are we going to do today? Well, one of our missions is to deal with the bandits. And so if we're taking a look over our guide, let me open the source for the guide. We have here in the guide what we do with bandits. There really is one option here. You want to help Alira for the critical strike multiplier and the resistances. Capping resistances without her is too hard, and we're pretty happily accepting some crit multipliers too. So that's what we're working for today. And let's not waste any more time. Actually, one thing that will not be a waste of time is, now that we've started using Arc, I think it's about the right time when we can customize our characters. We're going in the cosmetic screen, and I'm going to choose a few armors that I fall off. I want this setup like you probably saw in the preseason episode. We're gonna make this. We're gonna have a demon character, put lightning eyes in her eyes, and I think that looks pretty cool. Hopefully you agree so too. So let's get it started. Let's go after the bandits, and I'll head on to the north first. We'll travel to the den, take care of the great white beast. Hopefully with the rituals we can get some really cool items. Maybe if we're lucky we're gonna get some arc lightning out of these side veil areas. And I'm gonna be recording a bunch of episodes. I feel like I've lost a lot of time yesterday, not progressing in Path of Exile, but I've been thinking about other builds that I want to do. It will really depend on the different items that you find. When you're going for builds, sometimes it's about the skills. So for example, in this situation, I found the Arc to be a skill that feels pretty easy in one way, but has a lot of space to grow. Like, you can invest a lot of points, you can invest a lot of gear, you can add auras, you can do all kinds of things. But there are different builds where you're focused on different items, maybe a unique item. And it's really going to depend how lucky we are, what are we going to get. Ooh, this beast is quite quick. See if we can get to it. Chill it. Thorn Runner. Okay, we got it. Anything else here? Nope. And so you have different builds that focus around different unique items. That could be the essential piece of your build. And we will find some of those items. We will talk more about them as we go along. We might try to figure out a build that we want to build going forward. It's really going to depend on how the series goes and what do we want to see. There's another skill that I like in the lightning section. It's called a crackling lance, which is still a lightning skill. Maybe we get a chance at some point when I get the gem. I will be showing it off to you. I like that skill too. It has a really cool look to it. It has an amazing sound too. Now, we don't think about this often, or maybe we do sometimes when it comes to music. We've talked about the background music in Path of Exile, but there's also the sound of the skills. Like, it's really cool. Look at this. That might not seem like much, but it does make a difference in the long term whether a game attracts you or not. Sometimes skills feel like they don't have enough oomph behind it. They don't feel strong enough. So, skills need to be fun too. Maybe we have 2 more rituals in the area. We might buy one of these. Let's see, another level up. I guess right now we're gonna start heading north towards Heart of Thunder. We have a lightning skill, so let's take care of these guys. Okay, we have a lightning skill, so this will be pretty important. I am going to go towards north. We're gonna take the maximum power charge. Now, what does power charge do? Well, as always, if we're trying to figure out what a power charge does, we're gonna go power charge PoE in Google. Show the screen. Power charges are one of the 3 charges type. They grant a temporary buff associated with intelligence and represents an increase to concentration and arcane energies during combat. They are visualized as glowing blue orbs surrounding the character. Gaining a new power charge resets the duration of all remaining power charges. So what does a power charge do? Well, at its base, 40% increased critical strike chance per power charge. So this still works with our build. We're trying to get as much of the critical strike chance as possible. Even this gives us 20% more critical strike chance. And so we're gonna go this way. And depending on what we need afterwards, we might need some life or we might need something else. We might add points in other zones, like for example here, cruel preparation or stuff like that. But if we don't feel squishy enough, then we're going in this direction, where we get 8% increased mana regeneration per power charge, 8% increased critical strike chance per power charge, plus 5% to critical strike multiplier per power charge, and finally an extra power charge that we can receive, 8% chance to gain a power charge on kill, and 8% increased power charge, increased damage per power charge. Did I say power charge too much? But basically that's what we're working for in the near future. We're trying to get those orbs flowing around us. We don't have one now, but it's going to be very useful. We're gonna try to get as many of them as we can. At the end of the day, we are partially an elemental build and partially a golem build. We're using them to take away some of the damage from us. We're using the golems to buff our abilities, to make us strong. Okay, how are we? 492? That doesn't sound like a lot for... Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna be able to afford it, but we're gonna try it at least to get this done. Let's open the monster pack here. A carved wand, we'll try that as well. Let's see. Sometimes I place these what are they called? The frost bomb in advance, just to get I guess on the off chance that someone might spawn on it. Okay, we didn't get what we wanted there, but we're gonna defer these 2 items. And we're gonna buy this decoy totem, mostly because it has the 14% quality. There is a recipe. When you sell quality gems, if you get a 20 quality in total when you're selling it, you are gaining one of these gem cutter prisms. You will see later on. So it is good either to do that, or you can collect them and sell them on the market. They can catch a pretty good price, but you need to generally bring them to quality of 20, at least 20. There are ways to go over 20, but it's not something that will be will be too lucky to have. I guess maybe in the late game. Let's see, where was the den? Was the den in the past map? Yes, it was. So let's go back a tiny bit and check the area out. Probably, if it's not around here, I am guessing it's probably going to be somewhere here. Or not. I guess we have to do a bit more exploration. But man, I'm so happy to play Path of Exile again.
Too much clutter.
Last night I gave up on recording because I had to go to sleep. But I still wanted to play. I was still pretty excited about playing. So I am the type of guy that if I could not sleep or eat, I would give up both of them. I don't know, I'm not enjoying sleep. I feel like I'm losing time when I sleep. And food, I don't know, I guess I enjoy sometimes going out and eating, and maybe when I'm traveling more than anything else. But other than that, it doesn't really bring me a lot of happiness. Neither does cooking, though we do cook pretty often. Let's see, a vine circlet. Yeah, I don't think we can afford it, so I'll defer it one more time.
Too much clutter.
Too much clutter. Okay, well, let's take a journey back home.
What troubles you bring?
If we dream big.
And sell some of this stuff. This thing gives us increased evasion rating. Maybe I'll replace it with one of these. Chaos damage over time multiplier. This would be a great one for another build, but I am not planning to do one with chaos damage on this playthrough. Okay, so then we're selling. Let's see, can we sell something like so first? I'm gonna try to make these, the free links, have the right color. We need 2 blue and a green. Okay, so then I think I have to close this first. Okay, we'll do that. Let's throw in now the gems. Or maybe we'll do something else first. Let's see, do we have an alchemy orb? Now these are pretty valuable, pretty hard to come by, but we're gonna use them. I like using them. I don't go all the time for things like a min max or things like that, so I like playing it my own way, even though you could say in a sense that it's not the most efficient way to play it. I'm wasting some resources here and there. I could get in. I am thinking that adding the frost bomb here. I would like to add this cold damage support, but I need dexterity. And I don't think I have anything to provide me with dexterity right now. Unless I'm using some of the other items. Let's go into the gem screen. Let's throw in here the decoy totem, and I'm gonna throw all of these in the green section, and I will replace this one here, although I don't think it adds too much. Yeah, and the rest will just stash away. Oh, so Do we have a tooling somewhere in here? Yeah, we do. I can do this. Okay, I think that's enough inventory management for now.
Go with the spirit.
Let me
Let's
count.
seek another prophecy. You will slay a foe who erupts into currency. Awesome. You'll encounter and slay a rogue exile who wears only rare items. Awesome. Powerful but awesome at the same time. Look at that. That looks amazing. So, back to the den then. Get an orb of alteration. Start another ritual.
When I'm ready and not before.
Where is the last enemy? Oh, there he is. He's running away. Undead Storm. You'll discover an area with a morbid tempest. Bones thrown from the sky and take the shape of men they once were. That sounds like something cool to see, but doesn't really sound like something that will provide us with an item. I might be wrong, maybe some of these prophecies are really good. Let's get a glass blower bubble. These are very expensive, these are very hard to find. And what they do, they improve your flasks. And when it comes to flask, like the life ones might not be as important, but getting a few extra seconds on your defensive flasks is really useful. More useful than you might imagine. And that is because when you're fighting a boss, that extra second can be make the difference between life and death, between defeating a boss and losing for it. There are many times where you'll find yourself getting like very close to having only 10 or 100 life points left. I was listening to someone recently, I don't remember who, I just remember what they said, that they like playing hardcore. Hardcore being the version where you'll die. If you die, you just lose the character. Because they like feeling on the edge. Like, they like seeing the health bar go down and have the thrills that they might just lose a character. He said, yeah, because it was a he, that it makes Path of Exile more fun for him that way. Deferring these two items, we don't have enough resources to defer both of them, so let's try to find one more ritual site. Nice, another level up. We will be able to get a herald pretty soon. And auras as well. Let's see, going forward, getting some intelligence. Anything giving me dexterity? No. Really need to find something to add for dexterity.
When I'm ready and not before.
Okay, that was nothing good. I guess we can take this for a chromatic orb. We've been using them, we've been going through them, and we will still go through them as we go forward. Yeah, it looks like the ritual site is not in this area. Might be uphill. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna defer this one. Too bad we can't afford the other one, but c'est la vie. Maybe it will stay there for a few rounds. Good. Let's take care of our first bandit. And our first beast in this playthrough. Ready. Soup Knight. Is it sub? No, Steep Knight. Steep Knight Flask. We already have one. Let's take these two once. We'll check them out later. These screen shaking effects when you're fighting this, that's really cool. Okay, this one is with cold damage. So this, for the first time, you're seeing this cold beam damage. There's one more ritual site on the map. Okay, well, we'll try to find it. Let's get into this corrupted area. Hopefully, I'm still hoping that at some point we're gonna get that arc, the quality arc. Maybe a quality veil arc, yeah, that would be good. The problem, don't know why I'm collecting those if they're not special, but the problem with the veil gems is that they don't really, they're corrupted, so they can't be upgraded, they can't be added any kind of quality. Thorn Runner? Didn't we just fight Thorn Runner? We're getting a second version of Thorn Runner here? Okay, okay.
When I'm ready and not before.
Let's get that evasion up then. Problem is, I'm running out of health here. I might have to teleport back home. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, this is a quick way to refill our flasks. And we can go back. That is a tough enemy for our build. Even though it should work pretty well. I guess we can sometimes hit it with arc. We have to avoid these projectiles. This is like a rain of arrows, I think. It resists fire, it resists lightning, it's vulnerable to cold because we're throwing the frost bomb there. And that impacts it. But yeah, it's resistant to everything, it seems to have a shield. Oh, so we had to get closer there. That was the problem. Let's see, the Veil Vessel. Superior Veil Cold Snap. Better than nothing. This sword has a white slot there. That means you can throw in whatever gem you want. Okay, level 21. We're going to continue north, getting the power charges. Okay, there's one more beast on this map that we need to find in order to complete Einhard's quest, and we're gonna look for it. It is the beginning of the league, so I do like to collect beasts. There are different recipes that we might really use throughout these 3 months, so it's important not to miss too much. Now the Ice Beam are not that dangerous yet, still early game, but I imagine that if you underestimate them for long, you might be paying the price. Let's see, goat hide boots, that's for evasion. What else do we have here? Chromatic orbs. Not a whole lot. I don't really see... Maybe we'll just buy a chromatic orb, why not? But other than that, I don't see anything that's truly useful. Really looking forward to getting a 4-link. We're gonna add a lot of damage when we get it. Okay, I guess we'll keep going forward and try to find the beast this way. Oh, there it is. Okay, mission complete. Let's continue now. Let's find our bandit leader. You know what? I am feeling pretty good today. This being the first episode that we record. I'm gonna expand it to an hour long for more action. Because I am imagining like how I would be if I was to be watching it, and especially at the beginning of a new league and things like that, at the beginning of a build. I am someone who binge watched builds, so if I am excited about something, I'm gonna watch multiple episodes, like maybe hours upon hours. Sometimes during the weekend, sometimes when I go to bed. So yeah, we're gonna make this episode an hour long. Hopefully the first 3 hours is going to be fun for you as well. And then we'll see. Maybe we'll do a few episodes. Let's place down the traps, just so we can get an advantage on him. With the Arc, his minions are of no use.
It's kind of disappointing, really. I usually like rats.
Yeah, her and her attitude, right? Oh, this is better. If we can only make it... Upgrades a normal item to a random rarity. Come on! Give me rare! Ah, intelligence and maximum mana. That is not impressive. Let's try to reforge it to something else. 7 lightning resistance and 8 physical damage back to melee attackers. Comparing to this has resistances. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. But what can you do? Let's go back home and take the road
Stay true to you.
left. Let's see, what do we want here? Quicksilver, a mana flask, a greater life flask. This removes chill. We need something that will work with bleeding though. Or let's get this belt.
Remember
Let's see, maybe it's something really good. 6 armor, 14 maximum life. I feel like the resistance is better there though. Physical damage, cold resistance. Nope.
my help is yours.
We're not yet that lucky on items, but that is fine. We'll keep the flask for the future. I'll sell the wither, I'll sell the conversion trap.
Go with the spirit.
And we'll go with you on the gems, leaving it here. Flasks, throw it here. And that's about it for now. Let's continue our quests. Going for the other bandits. I took a look at my stats on Steam, like how much have I played Path of Exile since it came out on Steam, right? Because I connected. This is an even older account than Steam, so we're gonna talk only about the amount of hours I spent in this game on Steam, and the number is 800 hours, which is really a lot. There was a comment at some point which I responded to in regards to the amount of hours that I've spent in this game. The only game that is second to Path of Exile at this point is just Shogun 2, the Total War game. That is another game that I really loved. And I was always fascinated by Japanese culture, at least in the later years from... Was it in high school? I think it's in high school. I think I got into the Japanese culture by watching animes. On Romanian television, they did show a few animes during our lifetime. There was, I think the first that came out was Sailor Moon, because I remember being in primary school and Rich. Remember being in school, in primary school, and the girls were really passionate about Sailor Moon, and there were all these sticker albums that you would spend a lot of money on just to collect. After that, I think what I saw was Dragon Ball Z. That was something for the guys, right? It was like 2 in the afternoon, where like we went outside, we were playing, and then at 2 o'clock, at 1 o'clock, we would go inside the house, and at 2 there was Dragon Ball Z. It was one of the national television programs, or the nationalized, I think it's the right term for it. So it's a television station that is paid from our own pockets, through taxes. But yeah, that was a thing back there, and I think that's how I got into the Japanese culture. I found out during high school that there is a center in the city that teaches. It's like one of those, you know how they make connections like brother cities, they're calling it, or sister cities, or however, where your city makes a connection with another city in another country, and they do this in order to exchange different cultural experiences and things like that. And basically it's something that is created through the diplomatic center in the city. I'm gonna buy this jewel, and we're gonna buy the hammer as well. You're gonna see later on in the game what we're using it for. You don't really need to buy them, but they come in. They become pretty useful as far as I'm concerned, so I like collecting them.
We will be best friends, Beast. Until we
Okay, we are looking for 2 more beasts. So let's explore more of the map. If we can. During high school I went to this Japanese center, and at first I wanted to take Japanese classes, but then I realized that the progress was quite slow. Like every week there was an hour-long or a 2-hour-long class, and they would learn like 5 different sound groups. In Japanese, saying that you're learning a sound group would be, in a rough way, translated to learning 5 letters every week. Oh, yeah, every week, yeah, because the class was every week. So learning 5 letters every week for me while I was in high school, which means I was pretty old at the time. I don't know, it just seemed like really slow. So what I did, I didn't spend the money to sign up for classes. I would go into their library and I would sit there for hours every day almost after school. I would sometimes, but don't tell this to people, I would sometimes skip classes because I don't know, I found some classes to be really boring, so I would skip them. And I wouldn't go into bars or things like that. I would go like a great little geek in the library room and I would learn Japanese. The amazing thing was that the people who took care of this center and the teachers in the center as well, they were all very helpful. Like they would come and they would print different lessons for me and I would practice and I would learn. And it's only years later that I signed up for a class because I couldn't, my Japanese speaking skills weren't that great. If you're not practicing speaking, you are not getting that much out of it. Like it's a bit difficult to learn how to speak by yourself if you're not actually doing the conversations. I find that speaking a language is a really good way to learn it. It forces you to think in the moment and find the right words, and sometimes people around you who know the language will help you find the better word for what you're trying to say, or they ask questions like trying to figure out what you wanted to say. And so I believe that training your speaking skills is sometimes a better way to learn the language. Let's see, an Iron Circlet, 52 energy shield, that's pretty good, 15% increased attack speed, that's great, 10% increased cast speed, great, 38 maximum energy shield, mana regeneration, 5% increased movement speed, and increased stun and block recovery. You know what? Let's defer this item, I find that to be pretty good. This one, not so much. I can buy this one. It has like 32% increased spell damage. And I think that this might be a good one to replace what we already have. So let's see, what would this do to our arc skill, right? It's only a minor increase here. You generate 8 life over 1 second when you cast a spell. I guess this one provides +1 to the socketed spells. We could throw probably something like Flame Dash in there. Yeah. I think that this might be better overall. Maybe we'll just throw in this here. And we'll just leave it at that, because it seems that for the Frost Bomb, this one works better. Yeah, it's not a huge upgrade, so I won't be doing it. And that was pretty fun. And when Shogun 2 came out, like I was so excited. I was watching like everything that came out.
So an enemy
Every video, I would watch it over and over again. I still remember the first pictures that came out of Shogun 2 and the first trailers, where the battle was at night and all the troops had the lanterns and there was the moon in the background. A very romanticized version somehow of these battles, and that was really awesome. Does the Frost Bomb Hey, I have a question here.
This land has no time for avaricious little despots like you, Oak.
Yeah, you know what? This bismuth, this elemental resistant flask seems like the better choice. Because we don't have capped resistances and it's going to be useful. Does this create resistances for all the other elements? Because it seems to me that when I'm placing down the cold exposure, it adds resistances to all the other elements. But it doesn't seem like that is the case. Is it the fire trap that does it? No. Yeah, I am not sure then what is happening there. Why is this happening? Let's find the portal here because we'll be back looking for the roots. Let me have some coffee. Because there's so much action in this game, I think this is the only game, lately at least, that keeps making me forget that I have coffee. So while playing Path of Exile, I think I have a sip or two of coffee that is still hot. Otherwise, we're just having cold coffee. It's really lovely when my fiance brings me, makes me coffee and brings it over. That's true love, heating up the coffee. Oh, let's see here. No, apparently I placed down a frost bomb and I tried to look at the resistances and it had no such thing. It just made them weak to cold. I guess what happens is that they have the resist elemental damage, and maybe when you put down frost bomb that reduces that, it will show the resistances for the other elements, or who knows what is happening. Doesn't matter too much. The important thing is that the frost bomb is not creating other resistances, which would create us problem. Okay, another freeling glove.
When I'm ready and not
Okay, let's throw in another one of these.
everything dies.
2 more rituals. We could get ourselves this vine circlet. Anything else? This one is pretty good too. Energy resistance, some reflection, Reeve at 10 quality, which once again we can get it and sell it later on. Now we just want 2 things. We need to open the blocked pass. That is a quest for the skill gem. And we need to defeat this general here. And we're looking next for a Lyra to finish the quest with the bandits.
That was a great hunt, Exile.
Cool.
I now will write a mighty poem about it.
Okay. There we have it, we're opening the passageway and now everything is good. Dude, I looked last night, like after recording, I was very curious about what Zizoran did, like how did he start his league. And so I checked out his stream and like the stream on Twitch. He did a 27-hour stream, and as far as I could see, it wasn't one with a long break where he went and took a nap or something. I think he did a 27-hour stream continuously. And I was like, wow. Like, I can't imagine myself doing a 27-hour stream. Like, I could do the push. I can understand, like, having maybe the motivation, let's call it like that. Having the motivation to push through and pull out a full day and a few more hours of a game. Like, I could do that. But I was taking a look at him in the late game, in the late hours, because I was trying to figure out, like, how would he be after 24 hours, let's say, of playing Path of Exile. And I think, like, after 24 hours of playing Path of Exile, we have this Chaos Orb. This could be useful, and we're just using some of these tribute to do this. Let's defer this, buy them later on maybe, if we're lucky. And I guess we're gonna throw this one in here. Do we have... We have this one, increased spell damage, that is great. Oh, but this is a shield, so not exactly what we want. These are the gloves with the right links. Let's do this, because I really want that energy shield. Yep, that will be a pretty good defense early on, better than the resistances right now. We're not really afraid of resistances in the early game. This is going to be a lot more problematic later on, but that is for a different day. Let's try to upgrade this to a random rarity. Is this better than what we have equipped here? For Arc, yes. Well, I guess it's better overall. Cool. Then we'll keep this one here. Try to upgrade it later on. Maybe we'll get it from a normal to... from a magic to a rare. Immune to poison during flask. I think that is pretty good too. And that's about it for now. Any more rituals? No, that was it. Okay, so we're just looking for a Lyra here. But man, I was looking at Suzerain and after 24 hours, he's still playing amazingly well. Definitely better than myself. I think he has a different level of mastery. Like when he has put in so many hours, even if you're tired, you go on autopilot, and he can still be playing pretty well. Talk quite normally about the game. I am still at a level, like, I imagine, I guess I compare it to myself now, and when... Shall we take the quest first? Yeah. Let's see. If you help a Lyra, you'll be permanently granted regenerate 5 mana per second, 20 to global critical strike multiplier, and is 15% to all elemental resistances. This will be forever, so that's why we want this.
Almost better than Oriath and chocolate.
So we helped her, and now we can go back and turn in some quests and continue onwards with our journey. But yeah, comparing to me now, I realized that after a few hours of doing this, of recording videos and trying to make content, I struggle with keeping the ideas in check. Because I am used to playing on my own and not talking, I basically think a lot quicker, like thinking in the future of what I want to do and things like that. And I do this a lot quicker than when I have to speak as well. And so the what I want to say is, in a sense, going a lot slower than what I'm thinking, which is normal. but it does influence the quality of commentary that I do. It brings, like, recently I realized that I'm doing a lot of ums or us, like while I'm trying to think of the next idea, and that is a bit of a problem. I find a problem in that. I didn't used to do this. Oh yeah, let's go back. As you can see, so I noticed this, especially when I listen back to my videos, and I keep wanna work on that.
Farewell.
Who gives us the... Yeah, here it is. The skill book
Farewell.
for the passive point. And yeah, after a few hours I lose my ability to speak properly or to do a decent commentary of the game or explain my ideas and things like that. I can still play the game, but not at a level where I can explain it well enough.
When I'm ready and not before.
And all of a sudden I gain such a huge respect for that guy for being able to do this. I want to take a look at his stream. I didn't have a whole lot of time to just sit back and watch it, but I'm probably going to do it today. I want to see what his first experience with Path of Exile was. We might be in a slight dilemma here whether we want to keep some of these items or not. I want that one. I don't think I want the circlet that much anymore, though I think it's... oh, no, it is better. How much does it cost? 749, and this one is 930. I don't think we'll be able to get it, even if we find that other ritual site, so we'll just defer it for now. Yeah, and now Arc has been leveling up. There's so much more damage being caused by it, starting to become more and more like a skill to look out for. Let's see, 29 increased spell damage with another 12%. Energy shield, you know what? I think I like it. Is this better than this one? No. Is this better than this one? Well, it seems so. Not by a whole lot. +1 to the socketed spells. I guess it's only Flame Dash that gets a +1. And I don't think it matters that much. We've reached Arcane Surge support at level 7, so we're not gonna add any more to that. Shall we look... where is my... did I take out the Arc? Apparently we have a skill that Onslaught requires some strength, and we ran out of it. Does this offer us strength? Yeah, it offers us strength. Interesting. So, shall we... let's do the ritual site. Let's see if we can get those alchemy orbs, because we're missing a lot of them in order to create some really good items for us. So let's take this sidewalk.
When I'm ready and not before.
Okay, these are the exits to the different maps that we need to get to. Let's go here now, because the ritual site is... we found it. There's some magic enemies, so maybe there is a chance that this ritual site will be good for us. A crude bow. That's it. Nope. Ooh. What are these? Socketed gems are supported by level 5 elemental proliferation. Adds 2 to 3 fire damage, cold damage, lightning damage. 16 invasion. Oh, like this can be pretty good for early on. Plague of Frogs we don't care for. This we care for. Let's see, can we... We can either get the Orb of Fusing or the Orbs of Alchemy. Both of these are quite good. Well, let's send them like that. I'm not sure how quickly the ability expires. So if I didn't defer it now, those alchemy orbs, will they still come around? I think that they might, for at least one more time, and if I don't defer it the next time, I might be losing them forever. But you can see that these ritual mechanics are really fun. I mean, you can really get some cool items, something that works very well with your build. I'm imagining that it could be a really fun way to play in solo self-found nowadays. Because in solo self-found, sometimes it's very difficult to get some items that you are looking for. Right? You are on your own, basically. You can't depend on anybody else to help you. And so I feel like this is a league that works very well with solo self-found. Let's see, 900, 1000. We got 520 tribute out of this one. Let's see. Another side area. Monsters have lightning resistances. Okay. So this is not the right area for us. But we also have the frost bomb, so we'll use that. We'll use the explosive traps because we have those as well. Okay, that is good. Oiled vest. Very unfortunate, but there's nothing here that's that useful. Ooh, this guy got possessed by a ghost. Atsiri's Pride. Well, it was Atsiri's Pride. Not anymore. Let's see, Velvet Slippers might be good for us. The rest, I'll just take it to sell them. Chromatic Orb, Superior Vol Arc. 9 quality. And you can see, look at the Vol effect at the bottom. So it offers a lot more damage, 38 to 64. This is just at level 1. 113% increased duration of ailments. A base duration is 4, chains 5 times. And this one, 100% chance to shock enemies, 50 more damage for each remaining chain, and 100% increase effect of elemental ailments, which is an attack that we definitely need. We are very lucky to get this. I think we can actually throw it in. 6 to 33. How much are we doing now? We're making 12 to 70. It's not a huge difference there, but I think it's worth it. I think we can throw in the Veil Arc as well. We can have this as a secondary. I'm not sure we need to level it up though. Ground Slam. Whew! Now that is a way. That is a really good way in which we can close this episode right now. Let's change this, so Arc here, and we'll put the Veil Arc on E. It's gonna take us some time to level it up, and get it to full damage. But I am so happy right now. We got one of the items we really needed. What more could we ask? And at a pretty good quality. 9 quality? Yeah, I know. It's not a 20% quality. But take what we can, I guess.
When I'm ready and not
Let's see. We'll do this Veil Arc again. Okay, we can buy the Chaos Orb. So let's do that. And defer. Oh, we can't defer this anymore. It's okay. I prefer the Chaos Orb. It's currency in the late game, so we want to keep those. But that's about it. We're just gonna click this portal here, and that's about it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow as we continue our journey into Path of Exile with our Arc Witch, which looks absolutely awesome. For the moment, I thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all a wonderful day.